The film opens with the news showing the nuclear threat of Wadia led by the leader Admiral General Aladdin, Sacha Baron Cohen. The news tells about the life of Aladdin. When he was born in 1973, he did not know his mother, and we see apparently the attendant nurse killed his mother by pressing the pillow onto her head. As a child, about 4 or 5 years old, he watched the General Admiral shoots the clown after he is being entertained. We see the young Aladdin holding his gun and dressed as General Admiral. In the news states that he may be the dangerous man in the whole world. Now in the present, Aladdin is being interviewed about the nuclear weapons he made. Also, he joins his own Olympic Games in Wadia, and won by cheating, by shooting a runner and the 2 officials in a feat and aiming them with his pistol. He also made a dictionary in Wadian version. Example in the movie is the doctor, Asif Mandvi, tells a patient that he has an HIV Aladdin. In Wadia, Aladdin addresses the nation about the enriching weapons made in uranium to be used in peaceful purposes like in medical use. Aladdin arrives at the nuclear facility with his uncle Tamir, Ben Kingsley, hoping to show his nuclear weapons that he made. But the nuclear missile they made is small than he expected. 2 years ago, the uranium-made nuclear missile is made by Nadal, Jason Mantsukas, but Aladdin tells him that the missile is supposed to be sharp point. After dealing with the two, Aladdin tells the guards to execute Nadal, but apparently not. As Aladdin returns to the palace, he is being shot by a man in the head. Later, we learn that Aladdin is the double and Tamir is behind this shooting. Tamir found the double of Aladdin, and he says to Aladdin that his job is to be shot in the head. At night, Aladdin is having sex with Megan Fox. Recently, he having sex more than 100 celebrities including Halle Berry, Oprah Winfrey, even Arnold Schwarzenegger and many others. The news shows the United Nations authorized NATO to launch airstrikes onto Wadia unless Aladdin addresses the UN personally. At the palace, Aladdin plays Terrorist 2K12 on WII. While he is playing, Tamir tells him that UN demands him to addresses the nation about the nuclear program. Aladdin summons the generals to address them about the UN. He is having a role play by accidentally shots a general twice. Aladdin goes to New York City for his UN address. The streets full of anti-Aladdin protests and booing towards the motorcade of Aladdin. At the hotel, Tamir hired Mr. Clayton, John C. Reilly, for whole-day protection of Aladdin. Later at night, while Aladdin is in sleeping, someone abducts and brought him to the warehouse. There, it is Clayton who abducts him and he restrained Aladdin in the chair. Clayton shows the various tools for torture, but Aladdin seems doesn't bother much. Aladdin managed to get fun about those tools. Finally, Clayton trims Aladdin's beard completely, thus without beard, making him unrecognized. After Clayton trim his beard, he burns the beard but accidentally burns himself down, allowing Aladdin to escape. Aladdin walks through the anti-Aladdin protests in front of the UN. Now, Aladdin sees his double named Fawad, Sacha Baron Cohen, whom replaced by Tamir. Aladdin realizes he is betrayed by his uncle Tamir. Fawad is going to address the nation, but he acts awkwardly in the podium. He walks past the podium, he falls off the stage, and drinks a pitcher of his own urine in front of the delegations from around the globe. Fawad then accidentally dumps his urine to the Israeli delegation. Fawad now addressed the nation about the new constitution of ending the dictatorship and turning the democracy in Wadia. The whole people rejoices except Aladdin. In disappointment, Aladdin tries to break to the UN, but the police fires him with a hose, thus creating a chaos as well as the other people. While in confusion, Zoe, Anna Faris, gets Aladdin out. While Zoe drives towards her store in Brooklyn, Aladdin introduces his false name Allison Burgers to her. Inside her store are selling green products, fruits, plants, etc. Meanwhile, in the Lancaster Hotel, Tamir received a newspaper showing a warehouse razed by fire with one dead. He presumes that Aladdin is killed. Tamir summons the virgin female bodyguards to have pleasure with Fawad. Aladdin wandering around the Times Square. Outside the hotel, Aladdin convinces the guards that he is really General Admiral Aladdin, but no one believes. After Aladdin looks himself through the glass, he sees Nadal, whom he made nuclear weapons for him, gets out of the building and he follows him until the restaurant. The name of restaurant is Death to Aladdin, run by and visited by numerous people whom Aladdin had personally ordered executed. The owner of the restaurant nearly recognized him before in Wadia. When the owner asked his name, he made up from the warning signs: ladies' washroom, employees must wash hands, maximum occupancy not to exceed 120 persons. When the owner realizes that he is Aladdin, the people who ate inside tries to attack him, but Nadal interrupts. Nadal tells him that every single person he executed is still alive. Fawad arrives at the hotel for a draft of constitution. Outside, Aladdin and Nadal are there. Aladdin sees Zoe and hiding from her. A store inspector gives a badge on her in order to get past the security. Nadal tells him to take a job and work from her. Then he will get an identical beard, and the day of the event, he will enter the Lancaster Hotel as long as got the beard. Aladdin accepts Zoe's job offer, as she is catering at the hotel where the signing is to occur. As Aladdin is a store manager, he punches the customer for no reason. He even gets the man out while urinating just to clean the restroom. Then he throws a garbage can just as the taxi passes. He kicks the kid after he drops anything displayed in the store. Aladdin confronts the worker who stole the money from the cashier's box. Later,